I think 12:03 is a respectable starting time. I think it is. 3 is my favorite number. Actually, I have a 3 tattoo. 3 is my favorite number. It's the greatest number, and so 12:03. That's how I played it. Or I was just late. One of the two. Had to get a bunch of stuff together. What's up, Rhonda? Good to see you here. Rhonda's got a new vid drop today. Check it out, Rhonda's Random Thoughts, and let's dive right into this. There still is some fallout from the nonsense of the Trump speech, the nonsensical paddles and the pointing of the canes and stuff. Well, Representative Green has been censured by the House, which is standard. It doesn't mean squat. It really isn't that big of a deal. But he has been. The House has voted. Actually, there were several Democrats that went along with his censuring, and it was kind of encouraging. I would say it's encouraging. Yeah. More history mystery. Oh yeah, heck yeah. I'll get over there to Rondo's Random Thoughts. In trying to get my lighting right here, I know it is a pain for me. It's like the bane of my existence. I have no idea why I can't get there. We go. We'll just stick with that. So Mr. Green was censured, and the Democrats have not learned. The Democrats will not learn that this kind of crap doesn't stand with Gen X. We're in charge. We're the voting base. We are the independents. We are the conservatives. We are voting against them each and every time because of this crap. Watch this noise.
Resolution 189, the House has resolved that Representative Al Green be censured, that Representative Al Green forthwith present himself in the well of the House of Representatives
for your
the pronouncement
shellacking
of censure, and that Representative Al Green be censured with public reading of this resolution.
Public reading of this resolution. You see the bozos over there on the left? Yeah, you see those knuckleheads? What's up, James? I would think that they're up to no good again. And sure schnitzel, here they go.
By the Speaker.
They're singing "We Shall Overcome." Of course, Rashida Tlaib there right in front and center, just like got the cameras. Cameras are with me.
The House had come to order. The House had come to order.
Nope. They're just going to sit and sing the whole time. It's just so dumb. He's like, oh, look at the speaker's like, what the hell do I do? This is dumb. Why do I have to do this?
The House had come to order. Clear the well, please. Clear the well. The House has to continue its business.
Oh my gosh. Stop the grandstanding. We're done with it. We don't want to deal with it anymore. We're over you. We truly are over this Democrat shenanigans. And here's the thing that is interesting to me is that it seems as if the Democrats are tone deaf. I don't think they are. I think there's two things going on with the Democrat Party right now. One is that they were so dialed into crap like this, thinking that this is what we wanted to see as a we the people, right? That we wanted to see, yeah, you stand up to these Republicans and things like that. That we wanted to see the witch hunt of Donald Trump, that we wanted to see everything be DEI. DEI is just affirmative action, which is struck down by the Supreme Court. It's just a different name. You can't prove me wrong on that. I challenge you, please get along. Tell me DEI is affirmative action. Anyway, and the LGBTQ plus IA trans, this, that, they will not, and everybody's a phobe. Everybody's afraid of everybody, anti-Semite and Nazis and all that. That was their playbook. Their playbook was that each page, line by line, they did the same thing. And they were so confident and so sure that it would work that they are sticking with it now because they don't have a backup. They were so positive that this would work, that sticking to all of these ideologies would work with the American people, that they didn't have a backup plan. They did not have a backup plan. And now they have no other choice but to continue along this nonsense and screaming at the president during a joint session, singing "We Shall Overcome" when the person that does that is censured on the floor. All standard procedure. They look like idiots. They look like absolute idiots because they have no backup plan. Now the world sees what a scam Ukraine-Russia was. And the Democrats are so all in for Ukraine, they have no other choice but to continue supporting this cause, knowing people are dying and it's a lost cause and that we're aware of it. It's terrible. I've seen toddlers. My toddlers. My kids were better behaved than these bozos. Oh, man. It's going to be interesting. I see Democrats do not know decorum. Let them, death spiral in 2026. Amen. They're going to. They're going to continue this. And they will not, mark my words, they will not walk away from Hakeem Jeffries. They will not. Hakeem Jeffries he's the equivalent of a wind-up toy. You pull the string on the guy and he just says everything the DNC wants him to say. Ultra mega Republicans. Yeah, this is a BS. If they will not leave him, and he is one of the anchors that will keep them underwater and drowning. I got a little too fired up about that one. Yeah, buddy, all right, buddy, good. I don't even have coffee in front of me. I just have agua. Maybe I'll juiced up and hydrated. Again, we'll go with fallout from I don't know if you saw this butte. I really don't. This woman is, again, another shining example of the Democrats just having no backup plan. They were all in on this because they thought this talk of Jim Crow was going to work. I have a lot of head thoughts here, guys, so I'm going to need you to take over on this. I'm going to play this, and I have a lot of head thoughts that I can't say. And you guys know exactly what I'm going to say, so just bear with me, and I'm going to keep them as head thoughts. Here we go.
Going back to a 1950s America, I want to be very clear about that for those of us who have parents, who have aunts and uncles and communities that are still alive, who remembered what a Jim Crow America looks like. Tonight in the chamber, you could look easily to your right and you can see essentially a monolithic group of folks who look just like one another. And then you went to the left side and you would see what America truly looks like. A beautiful tapestry of all of us who pray differently, who look differently, who come from four corners of the globe to make this country what it is. We know what we all deserve. And I got to say, as a new member of Congress, I was...
Yeah, a new member of Congress. I'm shocked that you are a new member of Congress. That's not a head thought. I'm just saying I'm shocked that you're a new member of Congress. Listen to where she goes with it.
Shocked at what seems like a blatant disrespect for the House. And it wasn't coming.
That was a blatant disrespect for the House. Was Representative Green standing up and screaming, Jasmine Crockett screaming and then walking out. That was the blatant respect, you bozo. That really was. And if anyone isn't getting Living Color vibes right now, this seems like I'm watching a Living Color skit. There, I said it.
Coming from Representative Green. It was coming from the men behind him on the right side who were telling him and yelling, "Sit down." I mean, it felt like I was watching something in a history class of racists yelling at an elderly black man.
Because he's a black man standing up yelling at the president of the United States during a nationally televised speech in a joint session of Congress invited by the Speaker of the House. If you tell him to sit down, you're racist. God, put it back in the deck, woman, or weigh in, whatever you are.
Challenging the president of the United States not to cut medical care for the sick.
No one's getting medical care.
What have we become? Tomorrow means we organize, we enroll folks in continuous care because Medicare and Medi-Cal and Medicaid are still ours in my state. We can't lose those things. But again, 2026 is too far ahead. Folks got to get on the ground. We got to get proximate. And I believe that that's what we will do.
Yeah, you start talking about Jim Crow again, I'm going to pop you one. Y'all do. I almost asked, does everyone forget our history? But our graduating students are so illiterate when it comes to national history. It's not surprising that no one would know actually what Jim Crow is. So Jim Crow era, I think that would be fun to go to high school seniors, graduating high school seniors, and ask them what Jim Crow voting laws were. They have no idea. and how far from anything that any state, that any nation that we have put, I'm sorry, the nation that we have put out as a nation or state is from Jim Crow. But Biden brought this up. This was a Bidenism, that Jim Crow is what the Republicans wanted. The Republicans want Jim Crow. Jim Crow had crap like you couldn't vote unless you guessed if you were black, you had to guess how many jelly beans were in a jar to be able to vote. That's Jim Crow laws. To say that President Trump, that just made a little black boy's dream come true and make him a member of the Secret Service, is racist and bringing the country back to Jim Crow is the dumbest thing I've heard in a hot minute, and exactly why the Democrats have no backup plan. They have no backup plan. Oh, Jim Crow is your neighbor in Seattle. It's funny. Oh, it's no. This is Daniel. This is one of the head thoughts I couldn't have. I'm not allowed to say these things sometimes. Sometimes I'm trying to be a better person and not say these things because the woman can't. I mean, she was born with those eyes. It's just not. Then I'll just leave it at that. So let's actually stick with this. Let's stick along this these programs here and along these lines. There is a Democrat who is actually getting it. A Democrat. The Democrat Party. Oh, not your bad down. You can say all you want. I was saying that I didn't say. I was with you. There's a Democrat that actually gets it. Doesn't have a backup plan, but at least he's reading the room. We've laughed at him quite a bit, and we make fun of him because he's probably one of the worst governors in the history of this nation. But Gavin Newscum is going to run for president. He is understanding that backing into these ideals, backing into these ideologies of the DNC isn't going to get him the White House. So what does he do? Don't know if y'all caught this. You do know he has a podcast. This is Gavin Newscum is the title of the podcast. The man had Charlie Kirk on his podcast. I'm not going to lie to you, y'all. That's reading the room. That is reading the room. Here is why Gavin Newscum is both a schmuck and why Gavin Newscom is dangerous. Because that guy could ride this type of attitude all the way to the White House. So you don't believe me that he is the straight out of central casting politician? Oh my goodness, watch this.
Trying to put my son to bed. He's like, no, Dad, what time? What time's Charlie going to be here? What time? And I'm like, dude, you're in school tomorrow. He's 13. He's like, no, this morning, wakes up at 6 something. He's like, I'm coming. I'm like, he literally would not leave the house.
Did you let him take off school?
No, he did. Of course not. He's not here for a good reason. But the point is the point.
Here's the biggest slam in recent political history. Gavin Newscom doesn't get it, but I just understand this guy. Watch this.
No, he did. Of course not. He's not here for a good reason. But the point is the point.
You canceled school for like 2 years. One day.
The point is the point.
Oh, and Gavin just took that shot to the chin. Oh, that was beautiful. Well, you shut down schools for 2 years. What's one more day?
Which is you are making a damn dent.
Thank you. I'm kidding.
When you go to these college campuses, I love watching your TikTok, which is next level. And clearly that's expressed by my 13-year-old son.
I want to meet this guy.
Yeah, I actually.
He's coming to a Turning Point event this summer, Tampa, Florida, Student Action Summit.
Could you imagine?
By the way, if
you should be concerned.
But so let me say, here is why I'm concerned, because you have expressed that I should be concerned as a Democrat, that we're getting clobbered.
Okay. Yes.
That you've figured something out.
It's not me. The president first deserves the credit.
But why? No, hold on. You were at this before Trump was Trump.
I know, but
he was a Democrat back in 2011 and 12.
The president deserves huge credit, and I just have to say that as an obligatory thing, because without him, our movement would be small. And you can appreciate that in politics. You have to appreciate the person who is the catalyst.
For you, that's what you sort of attached.
It was the catalyst. It was a cultural moment that just opened us up.
This is why I'm saying, y'all, Gavin's dangerous. This is a good move, and this is Gavin being as slick as Gavin is. He's a snake oil salesman that can just he can read a room and look good in a room. I'm telling you. And he's right out of central casting as far as the president. I mean, look at the guy. He's a good-looking dude, young. He's got that Kennedy vibe going on. Telling you, man. This guy, I would be too. I would be as well. Ron, that's a good point. Good Lord, that guy is just, I love watching those TikToks. Yep. When the California tried to recall, California tried to, remember when, oh, good Lord. What was his name? That ran against him in that runoff election. And Gavin just mopped the floor with him. California's not going to get a Republican governor for a hot minute. Yeah. But check this out though. And I'm talking about reading the room now. When all Democrats in the House voted against eliminating biological males from competing against girls, Gavin Newscum said this.
Right now should come out and be like, you know what? The young man who's about to win the state championship in the long jump in female sports,
right.
that shouldn't happen. You as the governor should step out say no.
No, and I appreciate
but like, would you do something like that? Would you say no men in female sports?
Well, I think it's an issue of fairness. I completely agree with you on that. So that's
okay. Now, and I'm telling you, that's a Gavin Newsom type of deal. Like, okay, it's an issue of fairness. It sounds like he is saying to everyone, it'll sound like he's saying that, yes, we can't have men and women's sports because it's going to be not unfair. It's not what he's saying. It sounds like he's saying that, and his campaign will run with it, but he's not. This is the genius of the man. Here he goes. Get me up there. Here we go, Gun.
Easy to call out the unfairness of that. There's also a humility and a grace. That these poor people are more likely to commit suicide, have anxiety and depression. And the way
citing the wrong study
down to vulnerable communities is an issue that I have a hard time with as well. So both things I can hold in my hand. How can we address this issue with the kind of decency that I think, is inherent in you, but not always expressed?
You can start by getting the study right. Because here's the study. This comes from the Oxford Journal. The Oxford Journal then there was a sexual health, I think is the category that it was in. What they did was they took, I believe, 1,000 young people that had transitioned or started the transition process and then fully transitioned. There were different groups, 2 different groups. One fully transitioned, one did not transition. The fully transitioned group, meaning they had their naughty bits altered, had a higher rate of suicide, depression, and substance abuse. That's what he's trying. That's what he's too dumb to know the difference, but that's what he is falsely claiming happens to trans kids when they're not allowed to compete in girls' sports. That's not the case. He's misquoting a study, misrepresenting a study for his own gain. Now, and that just happened today because yesterday or the day before, I think it was over the weekend, California high school track meet where there's a biological male competing against the girls and beat the triple jump record by 8 feet. The state record is now done because it was torched by a biological male by 8 feet. I don't know how the regular long jump, I don't know what that was, but she said another state record. He said another state record, whatever, yeah. All right, let's get back to it. But here's the deal, guys. It's scary. It is very, very scary that Gavin Newsom can be that much of a chameleon. All right, Alfred, what do we got here, bud? Our education system failed Gen X, made civil rights reality, but the Democrats continue to claim it isn't here by wanting DEI in place. They're teaching that racism is still going on, but they need to stay alive. It's the truth. I think where we went wrong is we replaced civics with social studies. And I don't even know if we're still teaching social studies. We rewrote history, and we scream racism in places where there is none. Period. If you guys want my opinion on race, here it is. We are a segregating species. We are. We're a self-segregating species. We did not make mine a white neighborhood. It's just a white neighborhood. You see what I'm saying? It's black communities, Hispanic communities. They're talking about geographical areas. They're not just talking about humans. We self-segregate, birds of a feather. That is seen, that can be used, excuse me, not seen, that can be used as an example of racism to further somebody's ideological plans, ideological program, their need for power and campaign donations. Just can. See what else we got here. Went to middle elementary school, social studies and history had already been rolled into a single class. Yeah. Unbelievable. Ron say they teach the social in social studies more than the culture and the less history. Amen. Yeah, they do. But here is an example of a dude that is so damn scary because he can be a political chameleon and give the middle what they want to hear. And if he continues to give the middle what they want to hear and he somehow skirts around his record as a governor, he is going to be a formidable VP candidate, or he is going to be a formidable presidential candidate. But yeah, Gavin Newscum, man, he's got his own podcast. He brought Charlie Kirk on, and Charlie Kirk said, hell yeah, I'll go. I'm backing down for nobody. Let's get into a few more things, shall we? The sanctuary mayors, New York City, Denver, Colorado, Chicago, Illinois, and Boston, Mass. The mayors responded to a nasty gram from Congress and said, get your butts up here because we're going to make fools out of you for being a sanctuary city. The highlight to me was that, like Gavin Newsom, it's our biggest takeaway, that like Gavin Newsom, Eric Adams of New York City is a chameleon, and he can read the room and understands what's going on. He was answering questions just forthright. He was prepared, didn't care, realized that last year he said the words, I don't want New York City to be a sanctuary city. He said, I want to rescind the sanctuary status in New York City. I praise him for that. Alfred said, the new American suburban is no longer segregated. No more Chinatown. I disagree. I think that to an extent, I live in the burbs. To an extent, yeah, it's still segregated pretty solidly. And I think that and you look in California, so there's Chinatown, there's Little Korea, there's oh yeah. Olivera Street down in LA. Come on. I think it is pretty segregated. I don't think that is that's gone away. Nope. You also should know history. That's right. Grant said he grew up in a melting pot. Black couple, Iranian couple, Australian couple, Egyptian couple. My family had a black and white couple. Love it. I don't see color. It's fantastic. I'm not disagreeing that is the case in a lot of cases, a lot of situations. There we go. But we have been up until this point. If somebody flipped a switch and we're not like that anymore, cool. Rock on. Doesn't bother me. No skin off my tuchus at all. Yeah. My neighbors, my neighbors, the Guy family. The first time I met them, they came up to me. They saw me and they're just scooting right across their yard and right to me. And it was beautiful and awesome. And they had the thickest Asian accent I've ever heard. And they said, we're Canadian. I was like, dude, that's my nope. That was probably my 10th guess. Yeah. Yeah. They're snowbirds, but they were in, military, all the, I didn't see that one coming. I got a black couple across the street. It's got another, a mixed couple, a white and an Asian couple next door, the other side. And so, yeah, man, I agree. But I think for the most part, we are self-segregating. That's what I would say. Yeah. The new, not old. Okay. The new, not old. Look at the new sectors of town going up, the neighborhoods brought by ethnic groups. I'll say this. Oh God, what was the program that Obama mad funded? Oh, I forget the name of the program, but it's why we see, even in my hood, and I hate seeing it, I just do. This has solely to do with economics and not race by any stretch. But they can't build apartments fast enough out here. I mean, just one after another, after another, and after another. Any building in construction you see going up anywhere, and you're like, oh, yeah, cool, we're getting a mall, get a strip mall, get something. No. Apartments going up. Little BlackRock houses going up. Speaking of, did you catch Donald Trump's speech where he said there is a company, knew damn well not to say the name, there's a company that is going to assure both sides of the Panama Canal are under U.S. company control? Can you guess? It's BlackRock. It's BlackRock. BlackRock is going to own both sides of the Panama Canal now. Yeah. What do we say? Straight six. What you talking about? Asiandia. Asiandian. Asiandian. What does that say? Oh, yeah. That's funny. I love my neighbor too. The couple that's the old hippie white dude and his Asian wife. I love that guy. That guy's fantastic. He's been a special ed teacher for 25 years, and he is a gem. Probably 30 years actually. And he's like this old, like Midwest hippie. Like he's all about hunting and things like that, but he's just a hippie. He drives a smart car. Oh my God, he's that essential. Got a gray ponytail. God, I love that guy. Yes. Yeah, BlackRock owns, yeah. BlackRock's got it. It's the way it's gonna go. Could you imagine if BlackRock controls shipping lanes? We're toast. And we let it happen. I remember the quote from the book Rising Sun by Michael Crichton. Well, it was back in the Japan, when Japan was buying everything. Then they started to hold the Japan bashing and all that. Do you remember this? The line was, if you don't want Japan to buy everything, stop selling it. Y'all, we have literally, we have sold everything we have. We just have. Including the Panama Canal. We sold for $1, but it was bought back by the evil empire BlackRock. Oy. All right. Let's get back to the sanctuary cities, shall we? Sanctuary cities had their day in the House. Here is my man Byron.
Then coming back to you, how much did your city spend on illegal immigration?
Mayor Johnston is the Denver mayor.
Do you have a round number?
Over the last couple of years on all newcomers, whatever their status was, it's around $79 million since 2022.
$79 million. Mayor John.
$79 million. Let me give notes out here. 79 million taxpayer dollars on illegal migration in 2 years. $79 million.
Johnson, Chicago. How much has the city of Chicago spent on illegal immigration?
If you're referring to the 2022 up to 2024 of the buses coming from Texas, roughly the same percentage of the state of Texas, about 1% of our overall budget.
What is that?
1% of our overall budget. This slappy. I can't even deal with this guy. By the way, he has a 6% approval rating. 6.
I don't have the city's budget in front of me. Numbers.
It's 1%, and if you want the actual calculation, we can make sure someone...
You're the mayor. You don't have the math in front of you.
It's 1% of the overall budget over the last 4 years.
That's why you're a failing
which
mayor.
is
Mayor
the same
Adams.
number
Yeah.
that...
How much is the city of New York
He's like, shut up. Can't call him racist.
actually spent on illegal immigration? Mayor Johnson, I already asked you don't have a hard number. And if you don't have a hard number, you're not running your city well. Mayor Adams, how much did the city of New York actually spend on illegal immigration?
6.9 billion of taxpayers.
6.9 billion.
See, Mayor Adams is there. He's like, I did not want to be here. I don't want to be a sanctuary city. I've read the room. I think that I'm going to, I wouldn't be shocked if Trump just pulled him into his cabinet at some point. I mean, the guy's like, okay. He understands the absurdity of $6.9 billion. So Colorado spent, New York City spent $10 for every $1 that Denver did. 10 for every one. Wow.
$1 billion of taxpayer money on a problem that was fostered on the American people.
Damn right.
Mayor Wu.
Oh, here we go. Boston Mayor Wu, by the way, is a communist that does not care about law. A communist that does not care about the.
In the city of Boston, how much did you spend?
We don't ask about immigration status and delivering city.
You don't
services,
ask
so
about how much money the city of Boston has spent on illegal immigration. Are you out of your mind?
Between immigration status.
Do you manage your budget or not, Mayor Wu?
That is how we keep our
Mayor
city
Wu,
safe.
do you manage
We
your
have
budget
the
or not?
number-
We keep our city safe.
First to prove it. I manage my budget. I have a AAA bond rating dating back 10 years.
So to the city of Boston,
budget.
just understand that your mayor does not care how much of your resources she has spent on people who are not citizens
The city of
the
Boston
city of
is
Boston.
sick of having
I'm
people
reclaiming my
outside
time.
Boston
Mr.
telling
Bear,
us what
Mr.
we
Bear, I
need.
have a question for you.
She getting all. Look at all her virtue signaling with little Ash Wednesday nonsense. Look at this. I'm not saying Ash Wednesday's nonsense. I just that woman has no. There's not a. There's that evil. I'm surprised you didn't get that, and she busts into flame. Get struck by lightning. I don't know if that's my lightning sound. I don't think that's good. Played the migration game like Democrat till Trump got elected. Now he's a good guy. Well, no. Alfred, actually, I will tell you this. Is someone who has covered Mayor Adams since he became Mayor Adams. And by the way, he's going to term out, or he's doing something else. I forget what it is, but Cuomo is actually running for mayor. He's going to run to take it over. These guys just love them some of them. Anyway, Mayor Adams has been very vocal about being a sanctuary city is stupid. He's been he's like, this is dumb. This had nothing to do with Trump. It was when Biden was in office when he became the mayor, and he became the mayor and said very plainly, very clearly, the things have to change 100%. No, Nancy Mace clip with Mayor Wu. There was a lot of it. The reason why I think I got to Boebert, and I was like, okay. Gosar, I'm like, oh, come on, Paul. He's my congressman. I'm like, dude, really? I'm like, y'all acting like Democrats. Y'all acting like fools instead of just asking legitimate questions like Byron Donaldson was. But that's it. So let's see here. I will find it then. I will find it. Mace, and I will do Wu. Mace Windu showed up. I'm such a Star Wars nerd. My algorithm knows what's up. I put in Mace. It's got to be what's her name? And then let's see. Let's do mayor. Boston. We'll see what happens here. See what pulls up. Let's see what we get. Rep Mace uses comments made on the record. Well, I don't know. All right, we'll find one here. We'll find one here and go with it. Let's see if we got here. And I will see if I can share my screen once we get past this ad here on Facebook. See, guys, if you're gonna ask if we're gonna hope I show something, let's get to it. Let's hop on the good foot here. Okay, well, all right. Let me see if I can share the screen, and we're gonna unmute the site. Let's see here. I know. See, guys, doing this stuff on the fly. It's not like I'm Joe Rogan. I can't just tell somebody to do something. Let's see here. Okay, let's go. Okay, here we go. Got it. I found it. See, guys, I'm not as bad as you think. All right, share screen. Rep Mace. Let's go. Share it.
I was actually in the hearing room again when that happened. And so at one point, Mace holds up a partial quote from the mayor. She said to her, "You say ICE's efforts actually threaten the safety of everyone," end quote. And then Mace called the mayor a hypocrite. Now, the mayor's quote there was taken out of context.
Oh, that's right.
OTR in November, but here is a look at what the mayor actually said.
Okay, give it to me.
federal government is responsible for a certain set of actions, and cities, no individual city can reverse or override some parts of that. But what we can do is make sure that we are doing our part to protect our residents in every possible way, that we are not cooperating with those efforts that actually threaten the safety of everyone by causing widespread fear and having large-scale economic impact.
Okay, so something. What I'm going to do is give them credit for doing so. I'm going to give that Boston News Channel credit for doing that. I will because that quote that Mace put up was out of context. And is that the one you were talking about? Mace clip with Wu about her being a hypocrite? She is a hypocrite. Actually, she's not a hypocrite. She really isn't. She's one of those just ideological, straight out of George Soros camp mayors that want to undo our citizenry, want to undo our country in one of our great cities in Boston, Massachusetts. That's it. That's what she wants to do. So let's get to my man, the next governor of Arizona, Andy Biggs, because this is important. This is an important thing to hear. This is where they're breaking the law. This is where sanctuary cities break the law, and leave it to Andy Biggs to make it happen. Go for it, Andy.
You've agreed today. Sorry, over here. You've agreed today that New York City is a sanctuary city. Is that right?
Based on the definitions, and there doesn't seem, Congressman, there's now a uniform definition of that. But yes,
right. But that's what you've proclaimed, Mayor Johnston. You've previously also declared that you're a sanctuary city. Mayor Johnson, you said that Chicago must lead with and live by the promise to be a sanctuary city. Mayor Wu, you said Boston police and other departments cannot cooperate with ICE when it comes to detaining on civil warrants. Of course, I don't know what Mayor Johnston would define it, but I do know that the Honorable Mayor Johnson from Chicago, they call theirs a welcoming city ordinance, and we've got Ms. Wu, Mayor Wu, who's referred to hers as a safe city. That's really interesting to me.
Mayor Wu.
So when you are a sanctuary city, you put limits on how much you're willing to cooperate with federal agencies' efforts to remove illegal aliens. And your policies are then contravene federal law. You just do. Under Title VIII of the U.S. Code, it says a federal, state, or local government entity or official may not prohibit or in any way restrict any government entity or official from sending to or receiving from the Immigration Naturalization Service any information regarding the citizenship or immigration status of any individual. Yeah, so when I look at your guys' ordinances, and I got them all up here, and there's the really interesting stuff, and Denver, I think you testified previously that you rely on the statutory section, am I right, of the state statute. So let's just review this. There is a distinction, and some of you have made that. Mayor Johnson of Chicago made this repeatedly, and Mayor Wu of Boston did. There's a distinction between criminal warrant, and you say we cooperate on criminal warrant, but there's two levels of cooperation at least. There's a communication level, and there's a passing the person off.
Bad guy.
That's one level with the criminal, but the civil level. This is what I want to talk about for a second, because all of these ordinances proscribe communication and transfer of someone where there's a civil warrant. Now, I know that all of you understand that a removal order is a civil order.
Oops.
And that means none of you and none of your agencies within your municipalities are communicating or passing over someone where there's a ICE removal detainer. So I don't care how many times, 1,226 or whatever it was in 7 years, I don't care how many times you do it, but if you're not doing it for civil orders, then you're allowing people who have a removal order, who've had due process.
That's it.
Because that's how you get it. That's how you get a removal order. You're allowing them to stay in the country. You're in violation of this law right here.
Damn it.
You are. You're in violation of that law right there. And you've got to start realizing what your criminal culpability is on that. And that's really what we're talking about here. So
there was a representative, by the way, that's already requesting that investigations and charges be brought to all four.
You don't think that's harboring, perhaps? But let's take a look at that next statute, please.
Oh, we got another statute. Yeah, just put over that one, guys. You don't have to take the other one down. There you go. Good job.
In conducting investigations and hearings, immigration officers and administrative law judges shall have reasonable access to examine evidence of any person or entity being investigated.
Yep.
If you're holding someone back,
my man,
even if it's under a civil warrant, because that's what you said you're not going to participate in, and you are preventing access to that person or evidence, you're in violation of this. You have criminal culpability under this.
Yep.
And you'll notice there's no mens rea requirement here. This is it.
None of them knew what you meant by
every one of you.
None of them
is exposed to criminal culpability here. That's the reality of it. Let's do the next one.
One more time.
Any person who, knowing that a person is an alien, knowing or in reckless disregard, now you got a culpable mental state here, of the fact that an alien has come to, entered, or remains in the United States in violation of law, conceals, harbors, or shields from detection.
Boom.
Or attempts to conceal, harbor, or shield from detection such alien in any place. You'll notice it doesn't make a distinction that all of y'all make of criminal warrants versus civil.
Boom! Andy Biggs. Good ball for Andy Biggs. Good job. I'll send that dude a little note, man. What's up? That is it right there. Forget about the how much money has you just spent, how much. Oh, you said that you wouldn't do this on the news interview. And nope. Here, guys. Hey, all four of you, I want you to look at 3 federal statutes that you are violating here. You guys are criminal violation. Criminal violation. Okay, we got a couple more things, and then I want to end with something pretty damn funny because I was going to save it for tomorrow, but I think, because it'd be really fun to end the work week on. But we're going to go ahead and just throw it out there, and I'll try to find something funny as well. I am in firm belief that every Democrat should fire their social media person like now. The DNC should put out an order, say you guys are all on gag orders for social media. You guys are done. We're not going to allow you to be on social media you're on a timeout for 5 days. Did you see this? Oh my God. I can't right now. I can't even. Choose your character. And it's funny, it says choose your character instead of choose your fighter because they're that stupid. But can we back this up? Did they catch AOC in the champagne room? What the hell is that? Where is she? The youngest woman Latina to be elected to the House. And she's a Trekkie. Wait a second. Hey. I mean, do you like Star Wars too? I mean, I can watch some Captain Kirk. I mean, yeah. Anyway, but look at this. Look at this place. Look at. I mean, it's literally like she's in a champagne room. She's in a strip club. That's not her office. It's got a holy sweet baby. Wow. Mm-hmm. And then, Jasmine Crockett, of course. She always has to be there. Always has to be in the mix, Jasmine Crockett. That is who she is. She is insufferable, and she is going to get absolutely annihilated in the midterms. Yeah. Oh, she's at a Diddy party. Nice job, pal. Nice job. I'm going to go with that one. Yes. Bottle service. Well, what? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Does she wear green body makeup? I'll ask. I think that's a fantastic the question to ask. Bill Clinton's guest room. I was at the AOC right before the speech. Wow. Yes. Oh, Captain Kirk and Captain Crunch are the same. Would not doubt that. They're both captains. Let's get to some good news. Good grief, these people are just idiots. Again, they have not learned their lesson. They were so far in on their garbage that we the people didn't want that they have no other choice. They have no other choice. Oh God. Okay. Let's get to this. Yesterday we did talk quickly about keep the vaxxes out of our food supply. No more mRNA vaccines in our food supply. It needs to go bye-bye. No way, no day. We were really worried about the Secretary of Agriculture that she was just, yes, let's get these egg prices down, the chicken prices down. Let's make it happen. And actually, sorry, I gotta remind myself something because I have a head injury. And then so anyway, so you got to get those egg prices down. Got to get those egg prices down. That she was going to do this.
Not ready yet. A lot of people wanted us to move vaccines out right away, but we just didn't believe it was the right time. Not enough research had been done. And we need to ensure it will actually help the problem, not make the virus stronger and jump to other species.
Well, wow, someone's talking like a damn grown-up.
Vaccines are not ready yet. A lot of people wanted us to move vaccines out right away, but we just didn't believe it was the right time. Not enough research had been done, and we need to ensure it will actually help the problem, not make the virus stronger and jump to other species.
Damn, look at that, y'all. The grown-ups have taken over. Whew. Thank God they have. So what virologists have consulted the Department of Agriculture and the president said, look, if the vaccine is not correct, if the vaccine is not right, if the vaccine does not do what it is supposed to do, not like we'd ever have one of those, it could make the virus stronger. It can make things worse. Like you could go vax all of these chickens right now and completely screw yourself over. You'll make it stronger and we'll never have chickens again. Oh. Yeah, when you tell people, like, go suck an egg, right? That's expensive. There's a lot of other things you can tell people to do that are free. Yeah, to themselves. I'm going to leave it at that. Okay, kids, I'm going to spend 5 minutes, just a couple minutes, actually. And I am going to, no, actually, let's get to one thing first, and then we'll go back to the funny thing. You guys are going to stick with this. Is literally the best AI CGI mouth movement comedy bit I've seen in a hot minute. So please stick it. It's hilarious. It is absolutely hilarious. Oh shoot. Okay, so we'll prep in a second. But I want to get to these. Remember, Donald Trump was hollering about there's 3 million people that are over 120. There's 3 million people that are over 150, and he was going through in his speech. Talking about the Social Security Administration with all of these Social Security numbers of people that are like 300 years old plus. Side of Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. I'm sorry, Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell. It'd be hard to find them, but they're at least with the SSA. Here's what I'm going to say. This is a game of look over here what this hand is doing. I don't want you to see what this hand is doing. By the Democrats saying that all of those, and the Democrat, it's so funny how the Democrats are stuck defending waste and nonsense and fraud. I can't. Anyway, it's funny. Their argument is, well, the vast majority of those aren't getting Social Security benefits. If one of them is getting Social Security benefits, that's something that needs to be eliminated right now. But they are controlling the narrative of the argument. The Democrats are saying that it is an issue of checks going out to people that claim to be over 150 years old. That's not the main issue. You might think it is. It's not. So they're correct in saying that the majority aren't getting Social Security benefits, but there are a lot that are and need to get wrangled in. Okay, I think we can agree with that. Where the we don't want you to talk about issue is being hidden from you is that most states use Social Security numbers, the SSA, for their population numbers, for their voting rolls. See, that's where the problem is. This isn't about saving money on Social Security. This is simply about we keep those people on the rolls because if we have 50,000 people, Like you divide it up per state, right? And we have 50,000 or 5,000 people per state. That could rewrite a district line. That could change the makeup of the House of Representatives. That could add House seats. Yes. Oh, Grizz out there trying to get you a job? All right. Oh, that's it, man. All right. I see what you're saying. Oh, yeah. Okay. Help prep. Hey, my prep is just fine. Thank you very much. If I'm asked on the fly to find something, like, come on, guys, be nice. Anyway, that's where the big deal is with the ages. The Democrats are controlling the argument and saying we just all we want is I'm sorry. They're controlling the argument by saying that the payments are going to just a few people. It's not rampant. It's not a big problem. But the big problem actually lies in the 10 to 15 million people that we claim are over 100 in this nation that are helping rewrite district lines. All right, here we go. This is probably the funniest thing you're going to see in a hot minute. You are welcome. We'll end the show with this.
Yours. We thought that baggie belonged to Hunter. You know, I think the Secret Service probably still has it somewhere.
I have been stealing the money.
I'm sorry, what's that now?
I must to speak honestly.
Okay, I'm sorry. Hold on. Before YouTube throws me out here, before YouTube throws me out, I am going to go like this right here, like this. Okay, and watch me work here. We're gonna work something out here because when you start thinking about it, we start thinking about what they are going to let me do and what they are not going to let me do. I have to find out a way. I don't want any of that. The recording, the layouts. Let's see here. Layouts are good and guests are not in here. So I'm not going to be able to apparently. Let's see here. Oh, there we go. This is what I'm going to do. Just so I don't get shut down. This is satire. There we go. Here we go. There we go. Okay, here we go. Back to playing it now. Here you go.
That was yours. We thought that baggie belonged to Hunter. You know, I think the Secret Service probably still has it somewhere.
I have been stealing the money.
I'm sorry, what's that now?
I must to speak honestly. I steal many of USA dollars to Ukraine. Millions. Some dollars for some oligarchs also. Some for American bureaucrats also.
Well, we know that, but why are you telling me this?
Because, Mr. Trump, if you end war, we cannot steal any more money. We must continue war.
No, the war must end. Your people are dying, Zelensky. They're dying.
But I want to steal more money. What do you want? Fellatio? I can do it.
No, I don't want fellatio. No.
Are you sure? I did for Biden.
Okay, that is what we call oversharing. Look, there's nothing you have that I want. You're not going to convince me to keep this war going. You don't have the cards.
I not play cards.
No, I know you're not literally playing cards. It's a metaphor. It's like I'm playing 4D chess and you're playing checkers.
No, I not play checkers. There is no checkerboard, you see.
Okay, let's try this. I am in the driver's seat, okay? Do you understand that expression?
No, but we are not in car.
No, you're right. We're not in a car. That's true.
Listen, Mr. Trump, I am actor/comedian. I crave attention. Since start of war, I get worshipped by presidents. I'm worshipped by Hollywood. If war ends, no more attention, no more worship. With all due respect, Mr. Trump, this war must last forever.
I tell you what, if you agree to end this war, we will do a remake of Friends, and you can play Ukrainian Chandler Bing. How does that sound?
Oh, I love the Friends. This is favorite show of me. I am such a Monica.
Fantastic. Okay, so let's sign the thing, and then I'll go show you the room where Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky did it.
Oh, yes, this is funny because I just say I'm such a Monica. Maybe we will go in a room and you can be Bill Clinton and I will be Monica. Yes?
You know what? Forget the room. Let's just sign the document. Does anyone have a pen? Phil? Where's Phil? I need a pen. Somebody give me a damn pen.
Oh, that was perfect. All right, y'all. I'm ending it on that. You guys are the best of the best of the best. I appreciate y'all. I'm glad you guys are here. And we'll do this again tomorrow. We'll wrap up the week with something fun. That I'll commit to you. All right. We'll see you right here on In Other News.